We're on Greentooth Gorge. Where's the gorge? Well, there's a bit of it here. And like, wow, all this. It's a gorgeous gorge. Water in video games, man. Such a problem. HafHaf is going to be playing as a Hive Tyrant, and we've got Moki. He's going to be playing as a K-Nob. I like the K-Nob against Nids. You can cause some carnage. There's no doubt about it. You can cause a lot of carnage as a K-Nob against the Nids. So let's see what Moki can manage to do. Only going for one termagant squad early is HafHaf. I assume that means that he wants a lot of gens and double Raveners quite quickly. Which, you know, goes along with being the Hive Tyrant, because you get Synapse early on, so you don't quite as badly need Warriors. But those double Gaunts are going to be quite vulnerable early on to the Commando mob. Only 2 generators. Is that optimal for Ravener timing? I can't even remember. I don't recall. Double shooters for Moki, a lot more conventional. Only 1 gen down there though, which seems not a lot. Gonna get another. No, apparently not. Hormer's catching out that shooter there, and the other shooter going to take some refuge in the garrison. There you go, good stun bomb. Forces those Termers out of cover, and now they're going to suffer. They really need to retreat. Yeah. Commander Nob's a bit of a pain for bleeding Termers. Sluggers here. I don't know why the Sluggers retreated. They should have stayed in the field to not let the Hive Tyrant cap. Just go run over here and start decapping these points. It's going to take him a while to actually kill a Slugger if they don't commit to a fight. It's not like the Hive Tyrant has sidearms. It's a shame you can't get a little sidearm on the Hive Tyrant. Not like he needs a buff, but imagine if you could get like a belly devourer and it was like a combi flamer and it didn't nerf his belly DPS. Oh my god, can you imagine? That'd be awful. That'd be so overpowered. But you can make it really weak compared to the other tier 1 sort of sidearm upgrades that some of the melee heroes can get. You can make it do less DPS, maybe only like 20 DPS or 18 DPS or something. I don't know. It'd be cool. So as you'd expect, a relatively slow start, because the Tyranids with this build can't take an army versus army fight. I find it very odd that he went for fast warriors. Okay. So the timing with 2 gens works perfectly to go for warriors first into a pretty much immediate Ravener. So that's fine, and now he's getting Bab Strangler. But he's fighting Stormboys, so I don't know about this build. It doesn't seem very good, to be honest. I'd rather more Gaunts against the Orcs. You get a lot of anti-light infantry damage from your Gaunts. So he's going to get the Raveners out, and that'll be pretty good for him. He'll be able to deal with all these boys easy enough. Oh, but there's Storm Boys. Maybe not now. Yeah. And then we get the big War, buffing the speed and damage of those boys, and we're even getting Pain Boy coming up afterwards. Yeah. Shooters should be opening up on the Hormers, I think. And they could take this fight, but they're under Synapse now, so they've got that 20% DR, and we've got Raveners burrowing in. Stormboy should have retreated before the burrow triggered. Okay, they're going to stay in play, fair enough. Oh wow, but now there's Raining Talons. Big commitment here from the Tyranids. A lot of commitment. So we're going to probably have a very long tier 1 here, because I would imagine that both these shooters are going to get big shooters, and we're going to get some burners as well. I like this play from Moki. Not a full retreat, just slowly backpedaling off. Where's that Pain Boy coming up? Going to be able to heal those Storm Boys soon. They've got enough energy for another jump. Shooter's still in play, capping over this side of the map. So you could jump the Raveners. I don't know what he's doing right now. He's been a bit slow. Pain Boy get the Termers. Storm Boys jump the Raveners. This guy's going to have to get out with that Hive Tyrant lurking. Yeah, and the shooter's got caught by the Bow Strangler. So a bit of a shame there. It was a nice idea, but Kind of messed up execution. Stormboys finally re-enter, and that will force off the Termers. But was that worth it? I'm not sure. They're not going to be able to cap the map. Not with these Raveners running around. Still not got a full gen farm for Moki, but that's fine. He's got a lot of requisition to spend. Tyrant. There's a random 180 there for no apparent reason. Synapse helping out the Ravs, tank some of those shooter shots. They retreat there after they get hit by aiming. Watch that. But yeah, double big shooters. Just add in that nice amount of extra DPS to help force off that very tanky boy that is the Hive Tyrant. Sluggers getting the burners will really ensure that they will easily 1v1 those Homers. So yeah, this is what I'd expect. Oh, I don't think this is a good idea. Going for the shooting knob. Well, hey, your opponent's going for the double Raveners, so maybe it'll work actually. This is kind of a crazy tier 1 from these guys. Bloody hell, I don't even know who these players are. It must be aliases, as usual. Yeah, Raveners committing a little early for their jump there. These guys are going to have to burrow in as well, because they're going to get melted. Fortunately, they're under Synapse by the Warriors. Oh, they would have dropped a model for sure. Okay. A lot of pressure here from Moki. Good setup. Stormboy's ready alongside the Painboy. Obviously, these Raveners will get punished from afar by shooters. They're only light infantry, so they're going to have to burrow in. But then, the Stormboys and the Painboy are there to counter-initiate. Just the Painboy alone, scaring off those shooters. Stormboys don't want to fight. Oh, now they're going to fight. A little bit late. Try and get onto the Bar Strangler. They realise they can't. They're getting kited, so they're just going to turn around and deal with the Homers. They've got the heal from the Painboy. No, they don't actually. The Painboy healed himself. What? That was a bad idea. Yeah, they've got to get out of there. Painboy needs to leave as well. Double Raveners is a lot of DPS, but that is a very expensive pair of squads. Nice. Hide the boys. Going to be able to ambush one of these Raveners. They can't even take the garrison. Haha, they're going to try. It's not a good idea. No, don't do it. Hey, that's good though. Burrow to disrupt them, and then the Homers rotate in at just the right time to chop them up. Commander catches the Hive Tyrant in the middle. That's good. Stops him getting any retreat kills. A lot of free damage onto him there. A little bit of a slow reaction from Moki. He's got his shooters coming up to reinforce, but yeah, the Raveners are quite awkward because of the fact that they can just burrow and disrupt your shooters. So he's got to stop blobbing these guys up like this. This is not a good idea. Oh my god. Only just got out with his commander up there. A little late on the Stormboy jump, but actually managed to dodge the Bow Strangler with one of his shooters, which is good. Now Stormboy's going to pull back, get a heal from the Painboy. Okay, no, he doesn't want to do that. I wouldn't commit to the farm again. He needs to... Well, I don't know. Like, is it worth it? I'm not sure. I guess it's fine. Stormboys can take the natural VP. Yeah, look at them out with the Synapse. Just getting absolutely melted by the shooters. Yeah, Shooting Knob actually turned out to be a great purchase because they went for that second Ravener. Termers running around, just capping naked Termers at the bottom, so they're not going to be able to really fight anything. Default Homers. Even with the Adrenal Glands, these Homers will fail against Burner Sluggers, so it's pretty nice. Moki already tier 2, going for a Stormboy Knob and a Slugger Knob. The Knobs are amazing with the Orc melee squads. Such powerful units. Will the Rending Talons even trigger? It goes off, but it only hits the Stormboy Knob, so not a lot of damage coming out there, and there's a Painboy heal, but all the Raveners, all 6 of them, firing at the Stormboy Knob there, so he's got to be careful to get onto the gens. Let the shooters deal with the Raveners. That's it. Shooters kill some Gaunts. That's what the shooters are here for. The problem with the shooters is they literally do not scale. Like, this is as good as they get all game. Well, you know, apart from leveling up, but that's a very minor boost to their combat effectiveness. So you got to use them early on when they're powerful. Commander Nob should really be in cover here. Not like he's going to lose to turn against, but, you know, why not? He does have 100% fire on the move. Unlike most ranged heroes, which kind of makes up for the fact he has reduced range on his ranged weapon. So Mucky going for a weird boy next. I suppose that makes sense against double Raveners, well, doesn't it? You can control them from afar if they try and hide in cover. Got Vomit if they burrow in. He likes his hide the boys. Not able to get a kill, but he does do a lot of damage there. And he distracts them both from capping. Now they have to both retreat to heal. So you would assume that we're going to get a Venom Brood since we have 3 units of ranged units. Venom Brood, Ranged Synapse, buffing up both of those Raveners would be nice. And then you can get Thorax Swarm on your warriors. We've also got Tyrant Guard coming out. Armagant's not getting fully reinforced, just using them for capping. Yeah, I don't know about this build from HafHaf. He's so reliant on the warriors and the Raveners for combat. It's a bit of a problem because them 3 units can't be everywhere. And against things like Slugger Nobs, you kind of need all 3 of them together. And that's just one spot. So it's awkward. But the thing is, the Orcs aren't going to get buffed up with it. I like that. He uses the War for the speed boost there, which gives him just enough speed to dodge the Bar Strangler. But the Burrow coming in there is going to be a pain in the ass. There's Foot of Gork. That's just going to make those Lords retreat. I feel like they could have just soft retreated out of that, but okay. But here is the Tyrant Guard. The first of potentially many to come. Let's see how it performs. Obviously, the great thing about the Tyrant Guard is this super heavy infantry armor, which shooters basically do nothing to. So it can just walk forward and shrug off all the shooter fire, no problem. But it is going to die quite fast to Burner Sluggers and, most importantly, the Slugger Nob, or any of the Stormboy Choppers, because they're all power melee. So they'll do 30% extra damage to the Tyrant Guard, which will kill it fast. So that's when you go into Shield Wall, and then you're only really dying to the Stormboy Nob with his heavy melee. And get a Zone Thrope to help regen it when it's in Shield Wall a lot faster. But you got to be careful because the Zone Thrope itself is vulnerable to Stormboys or just being shot with shooters, and you do have to be right next to the Tyrant Guard to get that healing effect. Not the best positioning here for the Stormboys. They didn't quite get the land on the warriors. And now, oh, beautiful timing on that special from the TG. Great splash damage onto the Stormboys. Slightly mistimed it. He wanted to do a double attack on both the melee. The melee does finally get in with that Slugger Nob. He's ripping apart these warriors. Even Stormboys jumping over. They need to get out fast. Yikes. But the Hive Tyrant guarding Tyrant Guard with his Rending Talons. And there's a Rending Talons on retreat. Nice splash damage. Gonna kill quite a few boys. Ooh. Just got the Stormboy Nob at the last minute. That was quite lucky from HafHaf. An expensive replacement. Painboy a little bit late to this fight, I'm afraid. He needs to get out of there. I don't want to be in melee with a Tyrant Guard and a Hive Tyrant. Not really sure why he even sent him in. But there you go. Where's the K-Nob then at base? Not seeing too much from the Weird Boy yet. I'd like to see some Warpath going on. Like, why was he not present in that fight when he tried to push up with the Sluggers and the Stormboys? It was a bit of a mistimed fight from Moki's behalf, and I think he'd have been better off just waiting and not engaging when he did. Global use from the Hive Tyrant. Here is the second Tyrant Guard. So Moki's going to take free when really he should be getting a vehicle out. I think he needs to get a war truck, and he needs to start using Call the Boys. Call the Boys with a Weird Boy using Warpath and a war truck would make these Tyrant Guards die quite easily. This guy does P-Dev damage with his ranged attack, so he will hurt these guys in Shield Wall. So add that in with the Stormboy Nob and you can kill them in Shield Wall, but obviously it'll take a long time and you need to get rid of all the support and fire. Here we go, big fight engaging right now. Going in on the warriors with the Stormboys, forces them off very quickly. Painboy Hill mitigating a lot of damage going onto the Sluggers. Where are the Raveners? One of them's already forced off. The other one's going to get forced off, potentially. Misses the Warp Vomit for the most part. Only hitting 2 Raveners. It does force them off, but I think the bigger priority would have been getting rid of this Hive Tyrant. really trying to keep the shooters in play right now, and you see that the Tyrant Guard is focusing on the Pain Boy, not on the sluggers that are hacking away at it, but that was a beautiful charge there, and these guys are very low on health. Do we have the resources for a Call the Boys? If he, instead of tier 3, stayed in tier 2, this would have been the perfect situation. And again, I don't know if there was any Warpath there. We got a Warp Vomit that didn't do a lot, and we got no Warpath, which would have given damage resistance to all those Orc melee units, which would have been absolutely massive. And now we've got an absolutely tremendous amount of bleed going on to Moki Moki. How many models did he lose? He lost about 6 models on his sluggers. He lost God knows how many on his shooters and his Storm Boys. He lost a lot there. He lost over 10 models. Very expensive. If he'd used Call the Boys, he would have... Yeah. He's been dominating the game as Moki Moki, and that engagement really set him back loads. He probably could have won that game outright if he had the resources for Call the Boys right there. So just imagine that he didn't go tier 3, he would have had the extra requisition. Imagine that he used Warpath alongside the melee units, and then he called in the Boys with a global. As soon as the support for the Tyranid Tyrant Guards was pushed off there, there's nothing that can save them. They're too slow, they can't retreat. You've got the anti-vehicle damage with the Storm Boy Knob and the Weird Boy attack. He'd have had it. He'd have won the game outright. And if you had a War Truck, even more so, because what the War Truck allows you to do is you put the sluggers in it and you can chase even better. There's no AV on the Tyranid side right now. Of course, you can get 4x Swarm, you can get a Venom Cannon on the Hive Tyrant, but these are big investments. And for the price of a War Truck, I'd take it. And then you can go tier 3 afterwards. But why does Moki Moki need tier 3 right now? What's he going to get? A looted tank? Well, the things that I already mentioned, countering the War Truck, will kind of counter the looted tank. And a looted tank is not going to do very effective damage to a Tyrant Guard, and now we have 3 Tyrant Guards, so... 3 Tyrant Guards and a Zone for Up. So the Zone for Up is really just here to heal up the Tyrant Guards on the field faster. Yeah. And that just forced off the Storm Boys. Really should be using the Bomber Boys and the Storm Boys to knock the Raveners forward into the shooters instead of having to commit to a jump. Yes, it costs you 1 Storm Boy model, but you don't have to retreat the Storm Boys every few seconds then. It's worth losing a Storm Boy model to force the Raveners off, most of the time. So he's going to try and win this in melee. He's going for the Knob Squad, but... yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Certainly with the Weird Boy and the Pain Boy, that can work. He lost the Pain Boy, though. Yeah, I don't know, man. Hide the Boys. Pretty good at killing Zone for Ups. Let's see. Let's see. Charge in to save the Zone for Up. Will the charge save it? Can the Slugger Knob get it? Come on, Slugger Knob. Yeah, they get it. Beautiful. Yeah, hide the Boys, man. Really strong. To kill Zone for Ups. That's tricky. So yeah, he has to replace the Zone for Up. That was a nice play there. Weaving the sluggers in between all the Tyrant Guards running around. Just weaving them in and out. I think we called the Boys. This should be easy for the Orcs, to be honest. Storm Boys and Knobs do insane damage when you get the big hammers for the Knobs. The big hammers should be the priority here. The damage increase is truly exponential. Does he not have Frenzy? Whilst they're knocked over, that would have been a good time for it. But yeah, this is where you use Call the Boys. Where is... oh, the Commander Knob's not here! Not here. And he... yeah, I don't know, man. Why is he not using Warpath with the Weird Boy? Like, that Vomit knocking over a few Ravener melee models. Like, who gives a shit? I don't know why he jumped there, either. Oh, Moki Moki's losing his head. And you can see the shooters now obviously not doing a whole lot because they can't touch the Tyrant Guards, so there's a lot of investment in shooters here that is redundant. And the classic Orc problem of bleeding too many models and having no requisition because he hasn't used any Call the Boys, and you've got to use Call the Boys. It's... I mean, it's probably the best global in the game. Flat out. And I didn't realise it when I first started replaying Orcs, but they are balanced around the fact that this global exists. And if you're not using it, you're not playing Orcs right. I'll just put it out there. That's a fact. If you never use Call the Boys, you are not playing Orcs optimally in the slightest. Not even close. He loses his shooters there, but honestly, I don't even think it's that big of a loss. He needs all the requisition now to go into melee troops. Getting another squad of Stormboys right now would be a lot more effective than those shooters, but committing to fighting this blob is just an awful idea. Surprised that we have the Warp Field in the Hive Tyrant rather than Psychic Scream. That would be way more effective in an army versus army fight. Yeah, Kano caught out there with the Raveners burrowing around. Didn't expect them. Could have just meleeed the free homers down, but not the Raveners too. But at least they're melee, so the sluggers can safely cap this and not just get shot by them. But the nice thing with the melee Raveners is you get the burrow stun. A bit early on the frenzy there, and again no Warpath. Where's Warpath? Why do we not have Warpath? The Weird Boy is hurting the knobs more than anything else right now. I mean, it's 4 fucking Tyrant Guards, for God's sake. You are just going to get CC'd. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why he's not using Warpath. It's such a tremendous buff to your melee. Massive damage resistance to them all. And extra speed. Yeah, this is sad to watch. A looted tank is not going to do anything, man. It's just such low damage. The looted tank relies on its splash damage to hurt things. These guys are single entities, so they're not bothered about splash. It's just not going to have enough damage at all to challenge these, especially with its own prop to heal them in the back. Weird. So there you go, this is why everyone complains about Tyrant Guards, but honestly guys, that engagement where Moki Moki said, I guess this is our game's lost, the 2 Tyrant Guards committed too deep and the armies were forced off. If there was a Call to Boys, at least one of them would have been wiped, if not both of them, before the reinforcements came to save them. And then that would have just been game right there. It would have been GG. Tyrant Guards are slow, so you get a war truck and you control the sidelines of the map. Run your war truck around with double shooters, you're going to force off these annoying Raveners very easily off the sidelines. And the Nids ain't going to be able to catch you, man. Yeah, Focus Warp Blast doing some nice chip to the looted tank. The only repairs are this one Slugger squad that's trying to go around capping. We've got Raveners just waiting for the chain knockback and the stun when they emerge. Boom. Chain knockback, boom. Rending Talons, kind of wasted actually. But yeah, looted tank not doing shit here. This guy's back up to full HP. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I don't know why he's just trying to fight this head on. Just go elsewhere. You've got Hide the Boys. You need to snipe this zone for up again. Ride the Boys. Don't just melee the Tyrant Guards in their face when there's 4 of them together. It's really silly. It's really silly. See that beautiful healing there from the zone for up, increasing the HP regen. But look how close he has to be though, like he's not getting the heal anymore. You have to be so close. I don't think the shield wall was even benefiting from the heal, by the way, in that prior engagement. It's just the looted tank and the Weird Boy. I'm not doing high DPS. You gotta remember, Call the Boys is not just about reinforcing your boys. It's a massive army-wide speed and damage boost as well. And it stacks with WAR. Yeah, so there you go, folks. I do love this matchup. Unfortunately, I don't really think the Commando knob did a whole lot this game. I mean, it's unsurprising, I suppose, when he's got no gear. So mistakes were made, but yeah, I'd love to... Hopefully I can show you this matchup from the Orc perspective soon. Soon TM. I'm going to play some more Orcs, and I never got a chance to do this matchup with them, but if you use Call the Boys, I'm sure you can have a lot of good potential. Hope you enjoyed that one, folks. That's going to be all from your boy Torpid this time. I am signing out.